This is The Game, Triple H. You're watching Muscle in the Morning. Get all your bodybuilding news and all your facts and stuff right here.
It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control and if you can take it.
Welcome back to another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. I'm your host, Pete the Producer, here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's January 29, 2014, and on today's show, Mr. Olympia Phil Heath visits Guantanamo Bay, this week's episode of Blue Collar Muscle, and a Brandon Curry update. Plus, stay tuned for the answer to yesterday's trivia question, only on Muscle in the Morning. Mr. Olympia Phil Heath will be headed to Guantanamo Bay this weekend to visit our USA troops. Heath says, "I'm so honored the USO is having me, a bodybuilder, to represent and meet these amazing men and women who serve our country." Phil will also be joined by Jonathan Goldsmith, or more known as Mr. Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world. John Meadows and Shelby Starnes are back again this week with another episode of Blue Collar Muscle. Special guest this week, backed by popular demand, is hypertrophy expert Brad Schoenfeld, who's on to discuss his recent work regarding bodybuilding versus powerlifting training, with specific details in exercise angles, hamstring training, partial reps versus full reps, super slow training, and much more. Download this week's episode now on the homepage of rxmuscle.com. 2013 Arnold Classic Brazil champ Brandon Curry updates us on his prep for this coming Arnold Classic in Ohio. At 5 weeks out, Brandon shows off that classic shape and symmetry he's known for. However, at only 5 weeks to go, it looks like he's possibly a bit behind on conditioning. While coming in super dry was never one of Brandon's strong points, this lineup will be stacked with shredded competitors. The question now is, how will a current Arnold Brazil champ do in 5 weeks? Now for the answer to yesterday's trivia question. The question was, who is this 1940s era bodybuilder? Though his last competition was in 1950, he appeared on Muscle magazine covers from 1947 all the way to 2002. And the answer? Steve Reeves. Shout out to XBSN user X for the correct answer. Now for today's trivia question. Steve won the title of Mr. America in 1947, but before that, he had won one other competition and defended that title as well before the Mr. America. What title was this? Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the answer. And that does it for another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. I'm your host, Pete the Producer. See you tomorrow, and make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook.